Well, good morning. It's another beautiful wintry morning, snowing like a charm here. So I'm off to feed the pigs and the chickens, the sheep and the horses. Everybody needs fed today, it seems. One of the joys of winter, I suppose. Well, today the snow was absolutely relentless. We were supposed to get like, I think 5 centimeters. What does that work out to be? Like 2 inches? Anyways, looks like we got like 3 inches. So I guess it's like 7.5 centimeters. I don't know. Distance or like measurement is so weird in Canada because like we measure distance in kilometers, but everything else is in imperial. Like you buy a 10-foot 2x4. I don't even know what that works out to be in metric. So we're gonna do a little bit of extra chores this evening. Carmen's working nice tonight. I'm working early tomorrow morning. Charlotte's going to Granny's for a sleepover tonight. So tomorrow morning's going to be hectic. So I'm going to get a whole bunch of chores done tonight. Make sure everybody's got enough feed for tomorrow so we don't have to do them first thing in the morning. Well, we're pretty fortunate. Looks like egg production is staying up. We got 23 eggs today. I just got to run more water out to the little blue chicken house here. In the big chicken house, they got the electric, like the heated water. That's keeping them well refreshed, but unfortunately in this one, I don't have a second heated water, so I got to run these ones out water every day so it's fresh and defrosted. But I got to come out and feed them anyway, so it's no big deal. So we got 9 lambs in here, 7 wethers and 2 rams. So 7 of these can go somewhere else, either somebody's freezer or somebody's farm for a great pet. Right now they're just costing money feeding and grain and hay, so it's time to get these things down the road. That's one thing with sheep, I might be able to fatten them on grain, but I'm never going to be able to do it on hay, so it's just not economical. Especially not in a place where we get 5 months of winter. We want to have them finished hopefully by November here, and then they can be done. The other challenge we saw today when I got home, down by the lake, maybe over there, coyotes are starting to run. We never had any issues at all with them last year. They got brayed, they got, coming up really close to the farm, but we never lost any animals due to coyotes. But they also had a ton of mice to eat last year because the crops weren't, they weren't really good. Lots of them stayed in the field. This year the crops were excellent. Everybody was able to get the crops off. The mice population just isn't going to be there, and I'm sure the coyote population is, so they're going to be looking for food. It's something we're really going to have to keep an eye on. And Big Ben there, he's going to have his work cut out for him. Well, I just got back from Rio Grande, just dropped Charlotte off at Granny and Grandpa's for her sleepover. Hey Ben. So that was good. On the way back to town, I stopped at the Petrocan. For 2 reasons I stopped at Petrocan. One being, well, I needed gas for sure, so stop to grab gas. Because if you're ever like, oh, I just get it in the morning, right? You'll know, like, that's like one in the top 10 worst life decisions you'll ever make, probably in the top 5. Because the next morning when you get up, you're either not going to remember or you're really not going to feel like actually going and doing that. Anyway, so I got gas, and the second thing I had to top up, I had to get winter air in my tires. And you're like, winter air? Like, what's crazy? Like, that's just a hilarious joke. No, it's actually a thing. Like 10 days ago, the temperature here was like plus 18, and now it's like minus 10, and all the air pressures in my truck tires dropped like 5 pounds. So a week ago, the light comes on, I have low air in one of my tires. I'm like, oh, I sure hope I didn't drive over a nail. And we have the big curse of the flat tires. It wouldn't be uncommon for us to drive over a nail. And anyways, it just dropped that 5 pounds, and then that was it. And I was like, well, that's kind of weird. But then a couple days later, bing, 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 2 more tires come up, low air pressure. I'm like, well, that's really kind of weird. And then now they're all like straight across the board, they're all like 5 pounds too low. So yeah, just a thermal difference. So figured I'd stop at the Petro-Can, grab some air while I was there. There was actually a guy, he had like a 94 Honda minivan was wheeled up there before me, and I'm like, well, you know, I mean, obviously, you know, if anybody needs air in the tires, it's probably that guy. So if I'm still getting gas and he's still getting air and I get finished first, I'll just let him get the air, and I'm just gonna go home and use the air compressor at home, and I won't wait around the gas station. But like 10 seconds before I was done with the fuel nozzle, he's done. He hops in his van and he takes off, and you know, away he goes. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm cleared. Flight path number 2, clear to land, take off, go get some air in these tires. So I wheel up there and pull the valve stem caps off, start filling the air. Front headlight flashes, boom, you're full. I'm like, perfect, because I don't have the little pressure gauge, you know, that you pack around. I got one in the shop here, but I don't pack around the truck because it just rattles around, it gets all dusty, and really is not good for anything. So just use the gauges in the truck. So anyways, front driver's side tire, light flashes, it's all good. Go to the back driver's side tire, and I'm looking at the tail light and I'm waiting for it to flash, waiting for it to flash, waiting for it to flash, and nothing ever happens, right? And then I thought, out of the corner of my eye, I'm like, did I just see a flash, like something? And I'm like, no, I must be seeing things. Anyways, so keep filling it, but man, this tire, that seems like a lot more than 5 pounds. All of a sudden, the horn honks on the truck. I was like, whoa, I've never heard that before. Pull it off. Anyways, go check the gauges in the dash, and it says like there's 300 kPa in this tire, but it's like reading as a completely separate tire. So I was like, well, what is that all about? So it turns out I had a tire rotation earlier in the year anyways, and didn't realize that they didn't calibrate all the sensors to match their current positions. So anyways, winter air in the tires, everything's all filled up now where it needs to be. So tomorrow after work, looks like Carmen and I are gonna head out to Rio Grande. We've got a couple more things to help the in-laws with on their chicken house before their chicks arrive here in just a matter of a few days probably. Just gonna get power run from the pole into the chicken house, and then got all the heat lamps going so they can get that place warmed up for the chicks, and then they'll be set. So for now, I'm gonna head inside, mix up a cup of tea, and I'm gonna call it a night. So I hope you have a fantastic evening. We'll see you tomorrow.